Thank you for tuning in to Tanaka TV, the best and future biggest fight channel on YouTube. Don't forget to hit that like, that comment, that subscribe button. We're trying to get this channel to over 2K subs by the end of the year, and we cannot do that. This channel cannot do that without your support. So thank you for those who support this channel, and thank you for those who will support this channel in the future. I truly, truly appreciate it. Now we're going to get right into it. Jiri, yes, the 205er. The former light heavyweight champion is talking about moving down to 185. We're talking about a 20-pound difference, people. Going from 205 to 185 is a massive deal. Now, what makes it even more massive is that we don't really know. We don't really know how much weight he cuts to get to 205. How much does he actually walk around at? Because for me, his frame is already, I thought, could be at a place to where he could have moved up to heavyweight. If I had to guess which way he would go, I would have guessed that he would have moved up a weight class. So, he said, I'll clear things up a bit there, the 185-pound division, and take the belt. So, these are the thoughts that come to mind. Will he be able to sustain his power, his energy, and his chin? I think the most important thing for me is, well, the energy and chin. I think that, Jiri will be able to carry over a bit of power. Enough power. I'll put it that way. But the energy is a big deal, because when you're cutting that much weight, your energy is going to suffer a bit, as well as your chin. We've seen from countless fighters, multiple fighters, where they move down a weight class and it's a hard cut. And the thing that suffers is their chin. They're able to take a whole bunch of shots. They're able to take the hardest kicks, the hardest punches in the weight class that was heavier. But then when they move down, their chin becomes a little stick. It becomes glass. A glass jaw, if you will. And so that is my maybe concern with Jiri. Now, mind you, he is going up against 185ers who might hit a little less harder, but they're 185ers. They still hit hard, okay? 185 still has some knockout artists, and for me, a 185er could still easily knock out a 205er. 185ers just have that power. And so for Jiri to move down and to face a pretty strong division, a pretty skilled division, is a big move for me. So, if we were to have Jiri fight Du Plessis today, who would I have winning? Well, first of all, I think this would be a very interesting matchup. I think Jiri can do it. I think he has the skill to do it. But I also think Du Plessis has the skill to beat Jiri. So this is a very hard fight to call, but that's a very tough division. Now, if we're going to look at that 185-pound division, because he did say, now I give Jiri props for this. Jiri did say that he wanted to clear things up a bit. So he's not asking for like an automatic, title shot. Which I love. I love that, because a lot of champions feel that, or even ex-champions feel that they have the right and the privilege to go to whatever weight class that they choose to go to, and because they have that champion on their resume, they automatically are given title shots. And for me, I think that if you move to a new division, no matter if you were a champion in the other divisions, you should have to fight a little bit to climb. Maybe not from the bottom, but you should have to fight a little bit to get to that title shot. Now, like I said, let's see what that 185-pound division holds right now, because I think it's one of the strongest divisions in the UFC. I'm just going to be honest. Even before I even look at this list, I think it's one of the strongest. So we're talking about Du Plessis as a champ. There's Sean Strickland. There's Israel Adesanya, Robert Whittaker. There's Marvin Vettori, which I haven't seen Marvin Vettori fight in I don't know how long. Okay, we're talking about Paulo Costa, Jarrett Cannonier. That's a pretty, I mean, just by those fighters alone, that's a pretty tough top 10 to deal with. Tough top 5 to deal with. I would like to see Jiri maybe fight Paulo Costa next. I think that would be a wonderful fight. I think it could benefit both fighters if they so happen to get a W. I would like to see that. Paulo Costa and then him maybe fight a Robert Whittaker. We're talking about big fights here, people. And then, yeah, sure, get your title shot. A Sean Strickland wouldn't be bad either. I'm really not arguing against any of these fighters that Jiri could fight. And so, who would you have winning? If Jiri does move down, could he beat Du Plessis? I would not say that he would get washed by Du Plessis. I really don't. I think that it would be a really interesting matchup. Now, who would I win to tie this whole video together? Who's winning? I'm going to go with, man, I think stylistically that's a really, really tough matchup to call. I think I would go with, I think I'll go with Du Plessis. I'll go with Du Plessis for these factors. Du Plessis seems to be in his natural weight class. What I mean by natural weight class, he doesn't appear to have a terrible weight cut, especially not as bad as what I think Jiri's would be. I think Du Plessis has power, decent stand-up, decent enough to for sure fight Jiri. I think his grappling is good enough to for sure fight against Jiri. And so I'm basing his win off of having more energy, being more natural in his weight class. I think Jiri might not be able to carry over his physical attributes as much as he would probably want. So I'll give it to Du Plessis on this. I'll give it 6-4. 60% goes to Du Plessis. And so comment down below, people, who would you have in this matchup? Who do you want Jiri to fight if he so happens to move down to 185? This is a very interesting move. So I'll catch you guys on the next one. Peace.